the recent happenings over the weekend in Nigeria, wherever you are, in diaspora. Welcome once again for joining us. This is News in Nigeria TV. Over the weekend, we saw how the Boko Haram bandits once again restate their dominance in the northeast. Hundreds of persons were bombed to their demise, and we are still counting. And in response to that, the Nigerian army are silent. It seems to be helpless. I think under Tinubu insecurity, I don't know what to say. What do you have to say about this?
Mr. Ni, I must tell you that this is a very serious situation. I must tell you that it's quite unfortunate because the constitution is very clear about the very primary purpose of governance. I think section 14 of 1999 constitution that's amended captures it, where it says that the welfare of Nigerians and their security shall be the primary purpose of governance. So if this very primary purpose of governance is being threatened, it means the very foundation of governance is affected. And for me, I think we are not ready to take any excuse because life is precious. Life is, for me, life is sacrosanct. Life is sacrosanct because we cannot create life. So we must do everything humanly possible to protect life, if not even property, to protect life. So if we see a situation where Boko Haram terrorists are detonating explosives and taking life in that number, I think the government needs to think out of the box. We have DSS that is saddled with responsibility of intelligence gathering internally. We have National Security Agency that gathers intelligence globally. We have the military, we have the navy, we have to do with area of maritime, we have the police, and even apart from the police, we have surveillance within the police. So what I'm trying to say in essence is we are not ready to take all this from the government. The president and the commander of the armed forces, Senator Bola Tinubu, must rise to the occasion and protect lives and property because it behoves on him as the president and the commander of the armed forces to protect Nigerians and their property. To tell you the truth, the killing or the bombing is barbaric, is unacceptable, is condemnable, and the government must rise to the occasion and protect Nigerians.
Now, this issue of Boko Haram recruiting people, because there was a news that what people that were used were female bombers, and these were young ladies. And from the information that I got, they are saying that people are being recruited with as little as 500 naira per day. Do you think there's ever a time we'll be able to defeat these people? And again, these same people who perpetrated this evil, immediately they did this, they ran into Cameroon. What are we doing about our porous borders and the way they are recruiting people?
I think it's ideological, and if you must win the war, you must fight it from an ideological point of view. It's ideological because they radicalize people. They preach the Islam to them. The version of Islam they've been preaching to them may be violent, but because they already have Islam as religion in that area, it's easier for them to enlist them and radicalize them. So from that ideological point of view, you must start educating these children from the cradle. You must discourage the situation where children wallow around in the society uncared for. They now become vulnerable to be radicalized, to be recruited into banditry, kidnapping, suicide bombing, and all that. So for me, if you want to win the war, it must be through a ideological point of view. And when you want to do that, the fight must encompass everybody, particularly the religious institutions and Christian leaders. Religious leaders. Because the religious leaders have a major role to play in inculcating the value, the right norm of the society, of the religion into children from the cradle. Because by the time you lead them, because it's psychology sees the brain of a kneeling child as a tabula rasa, a clean slate on which the caretaker writes anything he or she wishes to write. So if you now have a child who is growing up from the cradle and is lived to wallow around, of course the brain is empty, ready to absorb anything that comes in. So that vacuum you create is what the Boko Haram, ISWAP, terrorists are exploring. and I think it's paying off for them. So the only way you can fight it is to start educating the children from the cradle, inculcating the norms of the society, the right norms of that religion into them, so that by the time you come with contrary view, they can discern and tell you that no, this is against our religion. For now, you can only arrest as much as people who are in the bushes, in the forest, who have been radicalized, bring them back to the normal society, de-radicalize them before you reintegrate them into the larger society. So the government have a lot to do, and they have to encompass every stakeholder. I've said it, both the government on their part is not doing enough. The National Orientation Agency, I have not seen their impact in this regard. The traditional institutions have more authority over the people. They have a major role to play. Apart from the traditional institutions, I've mentioned the religious leaders. They have a major role to play. So by the time you bring all this on board, let them start having the children educated from the cradle, so that the coming generation will not fall into foreplay of these bandits, kidnappers, Boko Haram, ISWAP. If you leave, because there's a saying that if you continue doing the same thing over and over and experience a different result, it's not possible. So if you leave this issue like this, I'm telling you, Mr. Lee, the coming generation will come up and they will do.
Lastly,
go into it.
Lastly, on that Jonathan era, we saw how he tried to control the Alimajiri system. In fact, he tried to reform it. But then we know what happened. The northern elite, in fact, stood up and said, no, it is cultural for us to go to Alimajiri the way it's where. Don't give us any modern form of Alimajiri system. And it is a known fact that these bandits, these terrorists, infiltrate the people through the Alimajiri system. Do you think it is time for us to perhaps ban Alimajiri school system in Nigeria? Because of what benefits does Alimajiri school system have or contributes to the economy?
Even before now, the leaders in the north have started the idea of curtailing it. I think it happened under COVID-19 when they saw that if you leave people to wallow like that, COVID-19 will spread faster. So beyond what they did during that COVID-19, since they already have that idea, they already think towards that direction, I think they should extend it to every other time in life. Because we have seen that the Almajiris, no doubt, are vulnerable to be radicalized. If you have opportunity to visit the north, personally, as Seven Jigawa say, that's why I'm speaking from a first-hand information. You are right. The Almajiris are vulnerable to be recruited into any form of violence or anything that is a deviant activity of the society. So to answer the question directly, I will advise the leaders in the north to see what they can do to discourage Almajiri system. I must tell you that is the way to go.
All right, thank you for that wonderful submission, Mr. Matthew. Yeah. Good morning, viewers. If you're just joining us, kindly like this stream. Please kindly like this program. It helps us to grow. It helps us to have more people join us whenever we go live. Please kindly subscribe. Please kindly like. We have 0 like. Please kindly like the program. Yes, welcome, sir.
Good morning.
Over the weekend, a sad news was broke. Over 120 persons were bombed to yonder by Boko Haram in Borno. And right now, as we speak, the Boko Haram Caliphate is restored. And the Nigerian army are silent. Lagbaja and Musa Christopher are silent. Under Tinubu, security seems to have gone back to the worst case scenario. What's your reaction to this?
Insecurity in Nigeria has been deteriorated for a very long time, and unfortunately, Yoruba will say, "Kékeré la ti ń pẹ̀ka àrókò, tí ó bá dàgbà tán, ó máa gba ẹbọ lọ́wọ́ ẹni." This kind of issue that they should have napped in the bud, they refuse to nap it in the bud. People that want to politicize it, they politicize it. People that want to hide under religious bigotry, they hide under it. People that want to hide under tribalism, they hide under it. And everybody started burning that ember of destruction until it become to an inferno that the whole Nigeria could not control. Everywhere around the world, we can know how hard is it to fight terrorism. Terrorism has not been easy to fight. It's not like a conventional war. Unfortunately, people that are doing this thing, they still have sympathy. People that they are people, they still have sympathy with them. They still have sympathy with them. They sympathize with the terrorists, people of North. They sympathize with the terrorists. The Muslim people, some of them sympathize with the terrorists. When this thing first started, some of them were jubilating because they thought it was Christian that they were killing. When they were bombing church, when they were do all sorts of a thing, until it become uncontrollable, and to some extent, FG. I don't want to mention about Tinubu, but to some extent, of recent, we know that they keep silent. To some extent, they keep silent. Their activities have been reduced until when they were able to bring him, because when they were able to bring another this kind of a dimension of a suicide bombing. This is not the first time, but for a while, for a long time, we have not heard this kind of suicide bombing. That means they have relaunched themselves and telling Nigeria that if you think that we have been decimated, we have not been decimated. We may not be able to come out and carry out our operation as usual. We still have another dimension. The people that they type bomb around themselves, let's go and check it. To be in Nigeria,
I mean, they are females, young females. They are all Nigerians, young girls.
females. So
About 30 of them.
so young females sacrificing themselves for themselves or for whatever reason they believe. It's very very dangerous to tackle that kind of set of people. But if to say Nigeria, we have knifed them in the bud, maybe we will have this issue of terrorism is my problem is this. Let me tell you something. As I usually say when Jonathan was even there, I said it's not a crime that a bird fly above your head, but there will be a problem when the nest makes nests upon your head. Then there is problem. Issue of terrorism is not easy to eradicate totally because they come, attack, and go. Check Russia, terrorism attack. Check Burkina Faso, terrorism attack. Check all this, some of these big country, terrorist attack. But when it started continuously happen, as we used to have it before, that they would just go to a barrack, take over a barrack, overrun a community, take over everywhere, take over community, take over local government, then that is problem. Now, my advice to FG is that they should not sleep. If they think that they have conquered Boko Haram, this is a message to them that they have not been conquered. They are still there, strategizing, and they should not let. I want to believe that it's a beginning of a new thing. It's a beginning of a new thing for this administration. For them to go and wear their trouser and know that they have a battle to fight. If they, as they start now, if FG still, it's never too late for them to still gear up and fight them and give them the fight they really want. Not that they will arrest them and they say they give them amnesty or they give them fire for fire. They deserve death. Give them death. They want death. People that want to tie bomb around themselves and come and exploit themselves in the community, then you will see them. Then you will say you grant their amnesty and they are repentant. What are they repenting about? Give them 50-50. Give them fire for fire. It's never too late. It's never too late to eradicate them.
Most of these Boko Harams, anytime they are done with their evil deeds, they run into Cameroon. Some of them run into Chad.
Yes.
What do we have to do about our borderlines? And don't you think that some people in the Nigerian army are compromising? Because it seems this Boko Haram issue, we have to agree that we have to live with it at the end of the day.
That's what I'm trying to say now. When Boko Haram started, it wears so many cloths, economical cloths, political cloths, religious cloths, tribalism cloths. Because you can remember statement like war against Boko Haram is war against North. You can remember statement like that. You can remember something like they are our people. Some people are rejoicing.
People like Shegumi said that.
So you can see, and there is synergy between Boko Haram and all these bandits. So you can see the problem we are facing. You can see the problem we are facing. That is not a small problem. When some of our soldiers that are from there, they are sympathizer of Boko Haram. That's why I say it's very.
Our soldiers are sympathizing.
Yeah, some of them,
Why?
our soldiers that are from there, they were sympathizer of Boko Haram. When they give them gun, they reach a battlefield. They don't see an enemy. They see their fellow Muslim. They see their fellow brother. Somebody from Obenu that wear a khaki and you send him to Frambisa to go and fight. When he gets there, because of stupidity, they see, some of them see their brother. Even some of these high rank officers, apart from the economical aspect of it, that federal government is spending money on security, and who are the people that will collect the money? It's Ministry of Defense, it's all these high rank officers. They were the one that will benefit from it most. So it's also a business. War is a business to some people, even before we have democracy or before we have all this kind of system of government. War in those days is a work for some people. So that's why I said it's very, very hard to conquer this kind of war. That is not a conventional war. That have so many angles: religious, tribalism, economical, everything you can talk of that will work against winning of this war. They were there. So that is the problem. That is the problem.
All right, thank you very much for that wonderful submission. Yes. Yes, I have here with me Mr. David, a first-class analyst in politics. Yes, welcome, Mr. David.
I'm not a first-class analyst in politics.
You are. Welcome, Mr. David. So last week we saw that. I think just over the weekend, 130 persons were bombed by Boko Haram, and the chief of army staff, the chief of defense staff are quiet. Are we going to defeat these people under Tinubu?
Defeat. We did not defeat them under a major general who claimed to be a tactical man. He did not do that. Now, that bomb blast that went off, that was detonated in Borno State, is just an eye opener for the president.
You mean more is coming?
More is coming, because ever since when the president has assumed office, suicide bomber went pipe low to do some investigation about the government. You know how these guys work. When a new government comes in, they go down pipe low to see how effective this government will be, see how strong this government will be. When they see that Bola Tinubu has nothing to offer Nigeria now, they are now coming out in their colors, coming out in reality to show what they're capable of. You've seen it. It was even a female, a wedding party, a wedding. This is the same Tinubu that said that Jonathan should resign if he cannot take care of Nigerians. Tinubu, I'll call him out, because Tinubu called for president out when there was issue of insecurity in Nigeria. He told Jonathan resign. Now it's even worse off under Tinubu. Economy wise, Nigeria is not safe. Insecurity wise, Nigeria is not safe. In every aspect of the economy, Nigeria keeps going down. In every sector. Look, it is also so obvious that the president, in the top of this, rather is championing his energy to buy a private jet. Who needs the private jet? Nigerian Air Force needs the private jet to combat insecurity. The Nigerian Army need armored vehicles. The Nigerian Navy need boats, ship boats to combat insecurity. Rather than the president purchasing a new private jet, why don't you siphon that money into the security architecture, or rather reject the security architecture? It is high time we need to put an end to insecurity in Nigeria. It is high time. Since 2015, till date. It has been from one insecurity to two other insecurity since 2015. How many are these bandits? How many are Boko Harams?
Boko Haram recruit people for as low as
How
500
many
naira.
are them?
They recruit their officers for as low as 500 naira.
In their numbers, are, they- are, they- are they more than the Nigerian soldiers?
Mr. David, Boko Harams are not flying drones.
Flying drone. The government gave them that room to do that. If there is no see Omokuleni, Ajakeleni, Omokulola, it shows there is an insider in government. If Boko Haram bandits, expel all these guys cannot be tracked down, what is happening? It shows that President Tinubu is clueless. Yes, he knows not about governance.
No, but this issue, to be fair with him, this issue did not start under his
Which
regime.
one is this issue? Is that
This insecurity did not start under him.
see? This is see. If not for the fact that we are on live interview, I would have given you head boot. He's the president. No. I don't want to know. Don't tell me if the issue started with him or not. He has come on board to stop the issue. If security started with the president, I don't bloody care. I don't give a damn. This is that what solution can he put to checkmate this issue of insecurity? That is the issue. He knows Nigeria is insecurity is ravaging Nigeria. Insecurity is a top notch in the country. He knows insecurity is a top notch in the country. So what will he do? Draft out a map to put an end to it. Don't tell me he did not start from his government. Even if he started from his government or not, let them fit it. You know how things work. But President Bola Tinubu has been so docile. He has been so docile in office. He has been so docile. And I'm surprised. Despite all the Jagaban Bongo, all the bet Lagos, all this, he has strategy, all this, he's a tactical man. He knows, yeah, Tinubu is a tactical leader.
Real one.
It is also, see, one day I believe that if you see a government that have insight, from the first day in office, you will know a government that has insight about governance on how to tackle the problem of Nigeria. You saw it that from the first day in office, President Bola Tinubu got it wrong, and then he started on the wrong path.
Are you telling me there can never be an improvement? Are you telling me there will be an improvement from now to 2027?
President Buhari failed. If someone have told you that former president Buhari will fail in terms of insecurity, would you have believed him? Prior to in the build up to election in 2015, Buhari, that is his field of study.
Are you wishing Tinubu to fail?
Am I wishing him? See, Tinubu that has failed. It is obvious now. Am I wishing Tinubu? Tinubu has failed. It is not wishing him. Tinubu has failed. Don't thank me. Tinubu has failed Nigerians. It is not to, see, you don't have to wish. I'm not wishing him. It is obvious Tinubu has failed.
I thought you were supposed to pray for your president so that we all can prosper under his reign. But then, I don't know.
I should pray for my president.
Why are you not praying for him?
Is a president praying for me? Does the president have a data of me? Does the president has it done? Does the president deserve my prayer?
The president, look at the state of Lagos. Your president wants to share food of 200 and something billion this month for hungry Nigerians, and you are saying your president is not praying. You are saying your president is not.
Under Buhari, there was one pyramid. Buhari went to Sokoto State. There was one pyramid, Abi. We saw how rice pyramid, the rice pyramid, where they said Kebbi, Lagos Kebbi partnership, Lake rice. Ask me, where is Lake rice today? How much was invested into that program.
Mr. David, to be fair, don't forget about the erosion that happened. Don't forget. To be fair, let's be fair.
I
There was a flood.
Christ today.
There was a flood.
So flood, so flood wash away the farm products.
Yes, yes. It did wash that.
These are insensitive issues we should not come here and start disgracing ourselves. In the 21st century, we are coming out to say that flood washed away farm. Does that make sense? But the government see, Nigerians we are coward. Nigerians, look at them. You see us.
And that's include you.
Yes, we are coward. We go to church every day praying that God come and help us. Kenya are not waiting for God to come and help them. Kenya, Uganda are not waiting. They are not waiting on God. But something that you need to take by yourself, calling on God to help you. Somebody has said he left Nigeria because some persons want to kill him. Shebi, if it was his member that went to meet him, that Papa, I dreamt that God is saying I should relocate, that he will tell the person to go and pray.
Thank you. I don't want you to insult our men of God. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Touch not my anointing. Thank you very much. Touch no. I don't
Touch not my anointed.
I don't want to touch our anointed men.
These anointed men are also the part of also the problem of the country.
No, they are not the person. Thank you very much for that wonderful submission, Mr. David. Yes, I have here with me the Mr. Real one and only Banners for Life.
As now,
Yes,
yeah.
Peter Obi has gone hard.
Yes.
In fact, he has charges and he has rubbish.
Yes.
Tinubu calling him incompetent, telling him that over the weekend, over 130 people were bombed by girls
Ladies, yes, too.
in Borno,
Yes.
and the Boko Haram have come out to lay claims that they will restore their caliphate in Borno.
Jesus Christ.
What's happening under Tinubu?
But no, let me stop. Let me be sincere. I pity for Tinubu. I'm serious about it. I pity for Tinubu. The question is that let us tell ourselves the truth in Nigeria. Why is it that anytime election is coming and no, I mean anytime the North are aggrieved with the government in power, they start to see some levels of insecurity. Let's tell ourselves the truth. I'm an obedient, but that does not mean that I should not tell my mind. They do this under Jonathan, they are doing it under this man again. Tinubu is incompetent, yes, in the economy. That one, I'm very sure. But when it comes to insecurity matters, especially in the north, you could see that there's handwriting on the wall. But then, I don't pity for Tinubu. Do you know I don't pity for him? It's because that he took advantage of the fact that Boko they were bombing under Jonathan. He too, they do propaganda machines in Lagos. Oh, Jonathan is incompetent. You know, not to kill Nigeria. Oh yeah, you that are competent. Oh yeah, let us see. That is the issue. We should look ourselves in the eyes and tell ourselves the truth. Good luck. Jonathan's administration was full of propaganda. They went against him, and we saw this and we know these things. Am I right? So, but now you can now see that the same thing now is happening to them. What are they going to say? So I pity for him on that aspect. Not that people stop using people's lives to play politics. I'm going out on other people today. It's not good. Human beings are same before God. God values every human being. Two ladies go and bomb people in the name of God. Why?
Not two, 30 of them.
No, okay, ladies that want
30 super bombers.
you see. So I'm very sad. It's a very sad development. But then Tinubu, you are now the president. Oh, Jonathan is incompetent. Oh, Jonathan is weak. Jonathan, oh yeah, you are the president. Oh yeah. That is the thing. You see, it's very easy to sit down on the outside and criticize until you're on that seat. Sorry. Now you're on the seat. Let us see what you can do. So I'm not I don't envy him, I don't pity for him. He said he's ready for the job. They said I've done it in Lagos. Oh yeah, replicate it.
Everyone, you said something. You said that whenever a Southerner is on the seat of power.
Yes.
So are you telling me that if it were a Peter Obi that was there,
Same thing,
same thing will be happening?
Yes.
And he will be able to tackle it?
then that's where competency comes in. Jonathan did a mistake. You see, Jonathan was not that he was weak, but Jonathan was looking at 2015 politics. instead of him to go hard on the north, was, let me give you an example. When Ejika, the man from Igboman, that's the first ever Igboman that was the chief of army staff. Then we saw the successes under Jonathan against the Boko Haram. But then another leaders came to me, Jonathan, that this man, was an Igboman. He was trying to take the revenge of the civil war against the others. That Jonathan removed Ejika. So Jonathan was thinking of the next election. Now I don't think that Peter will have done the same thing. Okute, that one. So I think that maybe he will have, even if they, after 4 years, the Jonathan people don't vote for me, but at least I want to do my job. That's why I'm afraid of Tinubu to do this. Is doing the same thing now. Okay, let me pamper them. No. Leave elections alone. You have 3 more years. Face this matter headlong, tackle it headlong, and come on successes. Let me tell you, Nigerians. Okay, look at Sim Fubara. Instead of him to bow down to Godfather, he's now working for university people. And now those ones are not the one that will vote for him second time. Not balance some people because we want to make them. I want to placate them. Politics is not meant to placate anybody. You are there to serve. You are there to make sure that life of citizens are better. So Bola Tinubu should not leave any stone unturned. He should tackle this issue headlong. He should make sure that people face justice. He should make sure that justice is served on this process of Boko Haram. Ordinarily, we call him Jagaban. That means this one has no godfather. So let him fish out the process of Boko Haram. Insecurity is not a big business in the north. Who is sponsoring them? Bola Ahmed should have that political will. He's the command. Like Abacha for us, he said that if he's suggesting last more than 24 hours, government has a hand in it. That means the president of Nigeria can tackle any problem headlong. So now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, please, we need your political will here. Out of political will, the same that's against the progress of Nigeria, find a way to apprehend those people. Nobody is getting Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that wonderful submission, Mr. Ridwan. Yes, with me here, I have a first-class political analyst, Mr. Chinedu One. Mr. Chinedu, 2 weeks ago, we heard from Musa Mustafa and Lagbaja demanding Simon Ekpa and his cohorts in the Biafran army to drop their armories and artillery. But just 2 days ago, we saw what happened in Borno State. 130 people have been bombed and gone by Boko Haram. And in fact, Boko Haram have come out to boast their chest saying, now we did it. But Musa and Lagbaja are silent. What's going on?
We keep on pushing this kind of theory, until we get to the consciousness of so many Nigerians. But what we are saying here, is that we are not here to entertain anybody. We are well putting to the public is that for government to look at it, and be able to adjust, because what is coming to Nigeria, what is coming, it's not about sitting in an AC office. Go to Israel, see what generals are doing. They're moving from one corner to another. Generals, today one AC and they're marching in the work from the Rafah in Gaza, everywhere. But our own, they sit on AC and be issuing instructions. Move there! They cannot. So if they are tired, and it looks like they are, because the conquest has been successful to the percentage about 50% now. The conquest. The military does not have what the moral to stand against a Boko Haram movement now. And what they did there was not just shooting, it was a suicide mission by a woman.
30 of them. 30 suicide bombers.
So you know what it means? You know what it means? It's not about presidency. It's not about you and the president of Nigeria. No, it's getting beyond that. Irrespective of the kind of armory you are going to import, sit down, Musa, sit down in your office on your AC and be calling people, what is happening there? March to the war front. Ojukwu went to the war front. When he declared Biafra, he moved to the war front. He was not sitting in the office drinking beer, listening to AC, making calls. Ojukwu moved to the war front. That's what we're saying, that when it goes to that, it's just like when Atiku called for Nnamdi Kanu release, we didn't see any reaction from the public. But what Obi said, release him.
Me, you are a Nigerian. Can you give an insight? Can you say, aren't you seeing, the way things are going, and you begin to ask yourself, what Igbo man is more Nigerian than any tribe in Nigeria? Go and check the history. If you know, Tinubu should not waste our time, either by commission or by omission. Donald Trump did it. He moved the capital of Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem and caught the consequences. Divide this country. Let the killing stop. If they want to run Islamic jihad in their own part of the country, let them continue. As simple as that. Nigeria, ever since the Boko Haram came into insurgency in the north, we have lost to close to 2 million Nigerians. Then you are sitting in the office, and when there's any kind of statement coming from Simon Ekpa, you call a press conference. When there's anything about Biafra, you call a press conference. That's what the army are doing. Are you telling me that we don't have the likes of Chukwuma Sogbu in the Nigerian military today? Are you telling me that we don't have the likes of Olusegun Obasanjo in the Nigerian military today? Are you telling me that we don't have the likes of Odumegwu Ojukwu in the Nigerian military today? For close to 50 years, the Boko Haram issue have been, rampaging the entire northern Nigeria. And still, the Nigerian military are not able to stop. So at this point, I think the military need to look at what they need to do and possibly advise the president on security issues and take a step, that will at least make sure that Nigerians do not just go die unnecessarily.
Thank you very much for that wonderful submission, Mr. Chinedu. Yes, for those who are joining us, please kindly like. We have 0 likes. Please kindly like this video. Please kindly like. This help us grow. I should bring you on a daily basis a live reaction about the Nigerian politics. Yes, it was an unfortunate incident that we had happening in the Borno over the weekend, where about 130 persons were bombed. It's unfortunate that this current administration is insensitive and they are just looking away. They are just nonchalant towards the fight against Boko Haram. The little victories or the little wins that were, gotten under Buhari, it's a shame that under this current administration, everything is being reversed and everything is being lost. Now the northerners, Wazo, Borno, one of the biggest cities in Borno State, has been almost taken over by the Borno Caliphate, by the jihadist caliphate, because we are still counting scores of people that have been, that have lost their lives. It's a sad story. We are not happy. We want to use this medium to call out our presidents. Yes. Engage people who are competent. If your current military personnel are not delivering, sack them and appoint new people. Biafra is not necessarily the problem. If we need to balkanize the country or regionalize the country, so be it. I think enough is enough. Our meager resources is being depleted. Our meager resources is being depleted to fight insecurity. And it's unfortunate that even till now, we can't still fight this insecurity. Yes, Mr. Felix and Mr. Kule, I'm going to take the two of you at the same time, because as we have little more time to go. Yes, let me be at the middle. So I'm going to stay here. Now, the question is, why are we finding it so difficult under this administration of Tinubu to fight insecurity? Yesterday or 2 days ago, 130 persons were bombed. Suicide bombers. It has been a long time we saw something like this. Since this administration came on board, the security has not improved. So, Mr. Felix, do we have hope?
No.
What's going on?
Number one, the Northerners are annoyed with Tinubu. They are annoyed with him, and Well, the law of karma is catching up on him. You know, they use the propaganda, one of the propaganda to drive Jonathan away then. And I want to say this is that the president, Tinubu, should go back to the north, go and play their politics.
What do you mean play their politics? There are people life have been lost. They're saying Tinubu should play their politics. What do you mean?
You know, the politics is this, is that draw them close, bring them close. What they are saying is that they are
Who are they that they should be brought close? Are they more important than the Ijaw people? Are they more important than the people in the West?
the people in the north, the people in the north, they believe their slogan is that they are born to rule. When you begin to sideline them, they begin to bring something to stabilize and destabilize your government.
But Jonathan did not sideline them, and yet he suffered.
But the thing there is this: Jonathan, it was the collaboration of Tinubu and Co.
No, no. What, do you have an evidence to that? Because on this platform, we don't want to pass misinformation.
No, I'm not passing misinformation. I'm rather telling you what I know. It's not misinformation. In the terms when Jonathan was there, the Northerners started stoning Jonathan that there's hunger. Then the bombing started. Bombing left and right, center and every other thing. I want to say this that this government should go back home and do their own work well. Certain regions are enjoying, like the southeast, they are not really enjoying this government. They are not enjoying this government. They are the one cashing out now. Ask me the reason why I say it's the southeast that are cashing out now. All the parts, everything has skyrocketed. They will buy a part for 20 naira, they'll be selling it for 200,000, 150,000. That's why they are telling the Nigerian citizens that Tinubu can stay 8 years. This economy is saving them. You can see, look at the handwriting on the wall. The Igbos are not complaining any longer. The only complaint they are complaining is that they say releasing Nnamdi Kanu. That's their own take. I want to say that Tinubu should play this game in a matured way so that he can get his government. He may be poor. He's very poor in how will I call it, economy, but in terms of security, he's not poor. There are political undertone that are bringing his government down. That's my humble take, sir.
Well, Mr. Kule, the same question goes to you.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing a light-minded person that can really see out the problem of this country from the rudiments, from the scratch. I can tell you, when you say the insecurity did not just start today. Insecurity started during the Obasanjo era, the Maitasini, the Sharia law that the Northern and some part of the Northern governors encroach into the constitution. And since then, it's a power, is all about the power has to be retained in the region. Once the power goes out of the region, I mean, there won't be peace for anybody that comes in. And I can tell you, some of the erudite Northerners, they are going against that because it's all about give and take. Power is all about give and take. You take and you give back. And what I can say, I still have to go back to the presidency likewise. The presidency is not all about rocket science. And the investigation I did was like, we need to wake up from the slumber. Some people are there just to derail this country. Some people are there just to bring down this country. And I can tell you, you can see the handwriting on the board. There are some people behind this Boko Haram. You are just saying again, the reinventions of the Boko Haram. You could see what happened in Goza in Borno State, in which some lady, what's it called, bombist. They just, it was a pretend of the attending the wedding, and they went there and they blew up the whole crowd there. And can you tell me, were we witnessing that 2 years, 3 years, a year ago or 2 years ago? No, we were not. Although it was happening, but it was a pocket of, insecurity that we see. But now it's too heavy. Heavy insecurity is what we're going through now. And the president is trying his best. Give it to him. I can say it.
Is this not a failure of the president? Because you are praising the president. The same Tinubu called out Jonathan in 2014 when there were a series of bomb blasts. In fact, Tinubu asked Jonathan to resign. Why are you, as a Nigerian, not asking Tinubu the same? Because this country belongs to us. And if this president, as the grand commander of armed forces, cannot resolve insecurity, okay, he is to be blamed. Don't exempt him.
See, I can't blame anybody that is complaining now, because I know if Jesus Christ even come to this earth, they will criticize him and they will not be in tune with him, with his word, with his. We are even witnessing it already. I can tell you the president is working on the ground. You can go back and make your research. They've disseminated this Boko Haram. So what they are doing now, they disseminated all these bandits. What they are doing now is they are launching from the outskirts. If you look at the Gozo they bombed yesterday, is like 100 kilometers to Borno itself. So that means
you have a response, a reaction.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Abu says that, Kule, please, we know that insecurity did not start today. At the moment, Tinubu is the president. Let him work. Stop covering him.
No, I'm not covering him. He's working on the ground. You know, it's.
Are you satisfied with Nuru Badu?
Nuru Ribadu is doing his work. Let Nuru Ribadu keep on doing his NSA job, which is intel. What we need now is intel, and what we need now is a collective effort.
Well, it seems the intel is not enough.
It's not really enough, so they are saboteurs. What they need to is to take care of the saboteur. Once you can get rid of the saboteur, you will get rid of the insecurity. Because there are some people that does not mean well for this country, and it's all about politics. We all know it's all about politics, and I can tell you wholeheartedly, there is underground work going on. The military, we need to keep praying for them, and they need to be taking care of the military on the battlefield, because they are really trying.
Did you say pray?
Yeah, we need to keep helping them on prayer, and we need to helping them. When you talk of intels, it's not all about Nuru Ribadu. You live on the seat. You and I, you see something, you say something. People in those areas, they are bombing. They see something, they say something. But the problem now is some of the leaders of those areas, some of the elders of those areas, they are selling out. They are selling out because they are benefiting from the largest of these bandits. They are benefiting from the largest of this Boko Haram. It takes two to tango. We citizens too, we need to, if it is for us to take over, to enroll into the Nigerian army to fight for our country, I think there's nothing wrong about that. It's all about food we are crying off. The food we are crying off, I cannot blame anybody than blaming ourselves, because our country, our individual people, those days we grew up knowing our parents that they have clutches of farm yard in their domain.
Mr. Kule, where is the farm? The invaders have taken over all the farmland. And you seem to blame Mr. Kule, hold on. And you seem to blame the people more over the president.
Yeah, I need to blame the people more, because I listened to an erudite Nigerian that was in America, that is placed in America. He's a doctor, he's a medical doctor from the southeast, and I listened to that man. I picked up 1 or 2 points in that thing. He said an average American will have a clutch of farm in his farmyard, in his domain, in his house. If it is tomato you want to plant, you can easily plant it and you get it. Will Boko Haram come to your domain where you stay? It's all about laziness. I'm telling you, the youth are lazy and their brain is lazy likewise. You get what I'm saying? Thank you. And that's my statement, and I keep on it. I can't blame anybody. The government will not put food on your table. The whole American government, they engage only 1 million citizens out of 300 million. They engage only 1 million citizens.
And they fund them, they subsidize them. Are you not aware that the Americans spend nothing less than 50 billion on an annual basis to their farmers? What has Tinubu done?
Okay, Tinubu just released 1.5 million fertilizer to spread the around. Yeah, there are news. There are a lot
for a 200 million population.
It has to start somewhere.
How much is his jet? How much is the fertilizer?
That jet issues is for another day. If it is that jet now, I expect you to carry a placard to go and express yourself. I don't want my president.
Thank you very much. Do you want him to have the jets? Do you want to know about that
priority? It's not a priority for now. But what effort are you making?
Do you want him, yes or no,
to buy a jet? Yes. What they want to do is to collapse the three manufacturers.
It's a simple question. Yes. Should Tinubu buy the jet, Yes or no?
American here American. They have American.
No, I don't. No, my question to you
for their
is:
president.
Is Tinubu right to buy a jet
It's a right
now,
of any
looking
president.
at the poverty and hunger in the land?
It's a pride of presidents to have a president of the country. To
Are
have
you aware that England, Singapore, their president do not have private jet?
England, Singapore?
Yes.
But did America have?
I am asking you, is it right for Tinubu to buy plane now?
When you ask me Singapore and this thing, we are not following the democratic system of England. We are following the democratic system of America.
But is there hunger in America?
You guys,
There's hunger in Nigeria. Is there hunger in America?
To farmer, the farmer makes America.
Because there's security there. Is there insecurity in America?
Who's going to tackle the security?
The United States military don't waste time. They don't dabble around. They don't politicize people's life. But your president, under his watch, people were just bombed over the weekend, and people will not be able to farm.
I told you, if you listen to me well, all this bombing, all these terrorists, they've encroached Nigerian space since Obasanjo time. They've encroached Nigerian space.
Is that an excuse for
It's
Tinubu
not
not
an
to be able to tackle
excuse. It's a very deep problem that you need to tackle.
Mr. Kule, don't forget Tinubu say don't pity me. Why are you pitying me?
I'm not pitying anybody. When I'm balancing these issues here, don't always put.
No.
You
always blame the people. Is it the people that will go and give order to the president? It is the president that will
What do
give
you
order.
expect the president to do when there's a decay on ground already? Because that is why the issues of state police is going on now. The argument of state police. Because once you find any Boko Haram in your region, I mean, cry out loud. Let them know his identity. When you see a criminal in where you stay here, you could be able to identify him, and the state police are on ground.
You have a question. They said from African integrity. He said, what about the 21 billion for vice president house? Why should Tinubu approve such money?
Those money is not. They are not necessary for now. I have to say they are not necessary fund. There is a wasting of fund as I'm looking at that.
What about the jet?
The private jet you're looking at, I think all over the world, every president has a private jet.
No.
But what I've been told,
relax,
you're asking me questions, you are still interjecting me.
Right.
All over the world, every president of the world, exception of some few countries that fly on a commercial flight. What we know, I grew up to know, is a president need a private jet for engagements all over the world. It can go to a UN, what's it called, UN meeting. It needs a private jet. You just need a private jet for a president, but not a private jet that will consume the masses. I mean, agendas that will consume the masses budgets.
Mr. Kule, finally, let me read a reaction. Someone said that, I don't know, he's alleging. He said that, please, that man, Kule, is looking for appointment from Tinubu. He may be a hypocrite. Do you agree?
Hello, if I'm looking for appointment for Tinubu, there's nothing wrong in it. And for me to support Tinubu, there's nothing wrong with it. You are gagging me. Same thing you are accusing the government of is what you're doing now. Everybody has his own opinion. And I've told you, I don't know Tinubu. I don't know, but there's what is on ground that we are looking at the end, which is decentralization of the country. And the decentralization will bring peace into the country. You have a lot of bunch-throwaways. I can say bunch-throwaways in Nigeria that we don't have census to count ourselves. But that decentralization, everybody will know where it belongs. The Biafra agitation that has been, people are killing themselves on, it will come easily. So it's like decentralization means the regions will produce what they have. Produce what they have and give the little to the center.
Thank you very much for that submission.
We don't have any headway.
Thank you very much. Yes, I have here with me a very high-class political analyst. Yeah. Okay, yes, I have here with me Mr. Raf, a very high political analyst. Yeah, Mr. Raf, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, and I was listening to my fellow reviewer, and I can see that the guy is seriously, in deep prayer for this regime to succeed. But if you ask me, I will tell you that we don't need prayer anymore, because when you are praying for a demon, you are making
the demon stronger and stronger to even attack you.
And wait, who is the demon?
The demon is Tinubu now. Tinubu is the demon now. Tinubu is the trouble we have in Nigeria. Tinubu and his bunches of, what do you call them? Lawmakers, people in the Department of Judiciary, I mean the AGN, the CGN, and all those judges, they are the demons we have. The ministers, ranging from Wike to the last man in Nigerian ministries, they are all demons. Gbajabiamila, from Gbajabiamila to Lagbaja, the chief of the army staff, and the rest of them, they are demons. Even the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, what is he doing across the country? The herdsmen are killing to the level that over the weekend, a rice farmer was hacked to death by a header in Ogun State. What is Nuhu Ribadu doing? What are the jobs the military are doing right now? Is to attack the local vigilante that are fighting Fulani in the farmlands of Nigeria. The ESN, the Eastern Security Network, ESN, the military and the police in Nigeria are after ESN because they are Igbos securing our farmland. So what are you telling me? And Tinubu has not seen anything wrong with that. He's concentrated on what? Securing, buying 2 more private jets. And somebody is saying that it is right that in the whole world, every president, they have a presidential jet. It's a lie. Mojika Jose was the former Uruguayan president that was using Volkswagen till date. He reduced his salary $12,000 to $1,200 because he said, how could he be living a life, luxurious life, seeing Uruguayans dying of hunger? He later bruised out some money from the salaries of all the government agencies.
Akpabio says that Tinubu's life is very precious. We cannot expose it.
Akpabio is not a human being. Senate president is not a human being. Go and investigate Akpabio well. When he was a governor of Akwa Ibom State, Akpabio killed all his political opponents in that state. Akpabio is not a human being. See, let me finish what I'm saying. How could he, Jose Mojika, the former Uruguayan prime minister, that he will not be living luxurious life while hunger is killing his people? Am I telling lies? He bought Oliver Swedin, buying private jets too. Those private jets are enough to produce, at least to erect, put in place 2 good production companies in Nigeria, and youth will be employed. Use the money for agricultural movement. Let us call it movement, not even revolution. I didn't understand. Employ youths on the farmlands. Produce for what? Commercial quantity. Federal government of Nigeria does not have farm. To my greatest surprise, use that money, empower the farmers. Let the farmers delve into commercial agriculture or farming. What we have in Nigeria are just subsistence farmers. Farmers that are going to farmland just to sustain their families. That is what we have in Nigeria. There's no farmland managed by federal government of Nigeria, state government, no. See, this part of the world is too bad though. It's very dangerous to Nigerians. Look at a young man in his 30s, a Burkina Faso military head of state, Ibrahim Traore. He has embarked on industrial revolution in Ogodogu, Burkina Faso. He, instead of buying SUV that cost $250,000, this guy channeled the money to farm implements, agricultural equipment like tractors. He bought new tractors and declared industrial revolution in Burkina Faso. He reduced his salary and made it possible that it remains that 30% they are paying him. He removed 30% and reduced it to the lowest level. He made sure that nobody is receiving jumbo salary in Burkina Faso today, because the young man wants to boost the economy of that country with what? Agriculture. He pumped in money into production in Burkina Faso. Nigeria is not into production, yet they are importing more than any other country in Africa. Why shouldn't we go into what? Production. Build industries. Somebody is supporting Tinubu buying a presidential jet. Or that there are many things wrong with that. Mr. Presidential jet is what?
spending thrift that it shouldn't thrive in this kind of economy we have.
Mr. Raf, 2014, and this is the final question. Tinubu asked Jonathan that if he cannot resolve the issue of Boko Haram, he should resign. Do you think, as at now, looking as things are, Tinubu should resign?
Tinubu is not sane. No, you know the word I use. You know here. I said Tinubu is not sane. Because if Tinubu is sane, he's supposed to look backward where he was coming from. If Tinubu is that sane, he's supposed to look back to 1997 when he said during Abacha regime that he doesn't believe in one Nigeria. My second that just left here and I was talking about decentralization. If Tinubu is sane enough, he should have decentralized Nigeria. We have confederate system of government. The other regions of Nigeria, every region will be back into production, make use of their natural endowment that God has given them. At the end of the day, they will bring and give to the centrality. That's the meaning of confederacy. It's just regionalism. On the other way around, restructuring. Are you listening to me? But today, Tinubu is attacking Nigerians, attacking everybody, buying private jets, buying ship, yacht, lifeboats, everything, buying SUV, forgetting where he's coming from. This was a man that attacked Jonathan, that if Jonathan fails to return back subsidy, he is going to do what? Run, form a parallel government. Today, Tinubu has become worse than Jonathan.
Thank you very much for that wonderful submission, Mr. Raphael. Yes, thank you, viewers. Please kindly subscribe, kindly like this program. It helps us to grow even more. And yes, it encourages us to bring you on a daily basis the live reactions of the Nigerian people. Yes, we've come to the end of the program, and we say bye-bye to every one of our viewers. We appreciate you, and we can't to see you tomorrow, the same time tomorrow, 10 a.m. Bye for now.